All right, Bulls and Bears, it is Thursday, September 9th, 2021. Thank you for being here. We have a lot to talk about today. First, real quick, it really helps this channel if you are subscribed, if you like what we talk about here, if you find this information helpful, and if you want to make sure you get all the latest videos to help you prepare for what's coming ahead in this economy and with this financial system. Please make sure that you are subscribed so we can be the best prepared. And a lot of you help me by giving me your information, your comments, your feedback, your stories. So I really appreciate you being here. I just want to make sure that you are subscribed so we can continue to help each other and discuss these very important topics. Today is Thursday, and that means the latest jobless number, another 310,000 new jobless filings. Here we are now. Let's count the months since March 2020 when this whole shutdown, recession, panic began. So we are about 16 months into this, and we still have this awful jobless number. Now, of course, they're going to say it's good because it's the lowest since the pandemic came out, but we know that it's over 1 million per month, which is way more than the new jobs being added. So why is the unemployment rate dropping? I think most of you know by now. The numbers are cooked. They're manipulated. I mean, the level of deception that we see with everything from the economy, the financial system, the unemployment numbers, it's just astonishing. I mean, think about the real number when you look at just the raw number of people not working. It's over 25%, but they're telling us it's around 5%. And the other things, the other strategies that they employ are just really unbelievable when you really learn about the financial system. The fact that they are telling us that we have to pay more, that we have to pay our share as workers to pay off this debt and to try to pay off the spending. It's impossible to pay it off, but yet they're going to keep on taking more and more and more and raising your costs and taking more out of your paycheck, telling you that somehow this debt is going to be repaid, right? It's impossible. All right, now we've covered that subject that I just mentioned many times on this channel. Let's talk about the bigger picture. In the next few months, as we go into fall, winter 2021, you're going to see massive changes. We've already seen massive changes. And we've been predicting these changes for years with the rising prices, the inflation. Then the sickness came out. Then we have the labor shortages. We have supply chain disruptions. We have lack of products, goods, and services, causing even higher prices. So combine that with the banking system, with never-ending lending. Banks are allowed to loan out endless amounts of money, no repercussions, too big to fail. And you're going to have runaway inflation. And I think we're at the beginning of hyperinflation. Could something happen where the entire system gets the rug pulled out from under it, where the money printer gets unplugged? Absolutely, could happen. Solar flares, hacks, cyber attacks, war, severe weather events, disaster. I mean, pick your cause, but the bottom line is be prepared for anything. But unless something happens that drastic to disrupt the entire system, even things like political upheaval could throw this entire system into disarray, right? So until something like that happens, though, prepare for more rising prices. I would be very careful. Even though it seems like prices could go up forever, getting into a home or getting into some expense where you're over your head and stressed out from month to month with bills, it's not a good place to be. So, watch the FOMO and things like that when you see these home prices going up. Now, when the correction is allowed to happen, when the banks pull back for whatever reason, either voluntary or involuntarily, you're going to see the biggest collapse, the biggest crash that we've ever seen. Look how overvalued the stock market is. The Buffett indicator hits a record of over 142%, signaling that stocks are too expensive. Now, does that mean that they're going to crash? No, they can actually continue to go higher. Why? Because there's endless amounts of money that can be thrown at these markets. We even have the people that work for the Fed presidents, investing millions of their dollars or who knows, maybe they're using the bank's dollars, but millions of dollars invested in the stock market. And we did that report a couple episodes ago. And we've spoken about this. We've followed the Buffett indicator, and look how overvalued it is if you look to the far right of the chart here. So we're beyond any previous bubble that we've ever seen, not just in the stock market. But think about all the money that's being thrown at the markets, being thrown at the banks, all the debt, all the programs, the rescue programs. But yet people are still in very, very bad financial distress. A lot of people, not everybody. And it shouldn't be too hard to figure out what's happening, right? So we see record levels of debt, the Fed balance sheet basically exploding. But at the same time, the mega rich, the ultra rich, the top 10%, continue to get wealthier, while the rest of the population, most of them anyways, not getting wealthier, getting more into debt, further into debt. Debt continues to increase. More people than ever before in history not able to pay their rents, not able to pay their mortgages still. We'll do an update on the mortgage forbearance situation in the next report. But this is pretty ugly, folks. It's pretty scary. Who knows when the bottom's going to fall out, if and when. Either way, it's not going to be pretty. Inflation, deflation. I've said this before. I'd rather have a deflationary event occur versus inflation. We've seen what happens in other countries when their currency gets hyperinflated. The dollar is dying. When you compare it to other currencies, it still looks good. You'll see on the business news, they say the dollar gained compared to other currencies, but those other currencies are also digital fiat currencies. So comparing the dollar to other currencies is not a really good way to look at it. Just look at your purchasing power of the dollar, and that'll tell you how strong the dollar really is. And actually more countries are detaching from the dollar. So as we continue this move away from the dollar, the rising prices, things are going to continue to get worse. And if you're not well positioned, if you're not aware and ready and preparing, things could get really nasty out there for you. So continue to prepare, keep stacking, stay well, stay positive, try to stay in a good mental, good physical condition, good mental state, because money is nothing, wealth is nothing without health. All right. Thanks everybody for being here. Until next time. Bye for now.